Absolutely.
So
Thanks for
this is the
having me.
raids,
As
guys.
you heard, I'm the lead for the Dark Citadel.
Dark Citadel
We're
raids.
talking about Rise of the Khazra. This is the very first multiplayer-focused piece of content for Diablo 4.
The currency of the afterlife.
So, as you can kind of
souls.
guess, this whole thing's about
mass enough
essence and
souls,
souls and
you're not
sealing
then a
them
god.
and
Okay.
owning them and just using it as power. Go ahead.
All right, Dark Citadel overview.
So
we
why
have
are
boss
we here?
fight.
We're here to fight
better
the first
together.
Khazra.
Challenging.
They are taking over the crater left from the Mage Clan Civil War.
Okay.
Blasted a hole into the ground, and they've moved in, and they're using all the souls from the dead clan, dead Mage Clan people to power their crazy experiments. They're really, really evil. They are taking people, they take their own kind, and they turn them into like power sources and batteries, and they use them, and they're all about resurrecting their dead god Zagral.
Okay. So let's see how this interacts. I'm excited
This
to
all
see
takes
this.
place in.
It's the first time that I think
Nantu.
they're showing the full thing, right?
Quest line in Kurast. People are gonna tell you how bad this is. They really don't like having their friends and family stolen and taken and drained and having husks returned. So you're gonna go on a quest to go find out what's happened to these people and see if you can go help. A lot of other heroes have actually tried this and they have all failed. So really, when you get through this entire experience, what you really come back with is only together can we prevail. We need to bring some friends with you to come to do this content. You're not going to be able to do it on your own.
And there's a new party finder system too, so it's going to be a little bit easier. Oh, okay, so it's the layout. What is this?
Once you get through all of this, this actually only happens at Tournament 1. So this is not a early leveling experience. This is something when you're really into the game and you really need to like move your build along. So once you enter Tournament 1, you can go on this quest and access the Ancient Nexus, which is its own town space with a waypoint of all of its own, which gives access to the 3 dungeons you can see here.
Okay, so there's
These
3 new
have
raid dungeons?
multiple boss fights in each one, and they each take a little bit of time to get through. Practice will help you optimize these runs. Experience will help you show expertise and shepherding other people to show them how to complete these mechanics. And communication is not required, but it definitely leads to better outcomes. There's a lot of new challenges and mechanics, and there's really no mercy for the hardcore players, so you have to be good too. As you can see right now, we've actually got one party split across 2 different realms, doing different mechanics and helping each other.
So it's like a 12-man thing?
Coming back together to bring down the boss.
3 groups of 4?
It really takes at least 2 players to do these mechanics.
So I don't think you can solo these, if I recall. So it looks like you have to like go through a
boss
maze.
fights
It's like
entire experience, and we always
Cyrus
say
boss
players are
fight in
stronger
PoE.
together. It's tuned for 4 players. 2 players can do these mechanics, but it means you have to handle the mechanics and the monsters and the bosses by yourselves. We're not going to duck the difficulty for fewer players. We have lots of crazy mechanics going on. We've got people relying on each other to get through all of this. There's a lot of hero moments in this content. The best moments we had.
It's like you have to like shoot back an orb. This looks awesome.
Somebody's dead and the other person's running around and they click the switch or they res their friend right in time to jump through the portal or kill the boss, and everyone's just screaming and having a great time. It's really, really fun to work together and see those moments where, like,
I'm curious,
depending on your party members,
to know if you can just keep on going in, or is it like a key that you have to like acquire? All right.
We also have an exclusive monster family for the Dark Citadel. These are the newest, smartest monsters you have met. These are the first Khazra. They're pretty evil people. Shout out to the first Khazra monster family team. They did a great job on all of these guys. They are awful. They're decadent. They're sophisticated. They use a lot of magic. They do a lot of crazy things to like bring down the party.
Dang, look at that. That one looks awesome. I like the weapons on it.
These are cool looking enemies. That's for sure. I know with at least Dark Citadel, of course, there's always awesome rewards that are kind of associated with this. Jason, do you want to talk to us a little bit about
what are the rewards in this? Like, what's the point of doing these? Because mythics are like the hardest items to acquire, basically, right?
Queued up here.
So
the joys of
well, we do have.
We did it.
Oh, actually, a quick quality of life improvements here.
Yeah.
We actually have a marker system to help parties get through the experience. You can just drop them into your emote wheel, and then as you're running through the experience, you can use those emotes to indicate to your friends and party members, hey, I found something of interest, or hey, it's over here, this is the way forward. And then a really nice thing is this is available outside the Citadel as well. It's not exclusive. So you'll be able to use this wherever you go with your party.
I feel like I would just get trolled and think that's like a legendary drop.
To help you understand what's happening, especially where you're taking damage from and big moments. And you've heard about the Party Finder. That's also created with obviously Citadel in mind, but it supports everybody else. But we want to make sure we facilitate getting lots of people into this content. Yeah, hopefully now we can talk about rewards.
Yeah. Well, before we jump into that, I do want to make mention, because that was a really interesting screen to see the communication stuff and talking about Party Finder. One of the things that we've seen since launch is that our cooperative player base is growing. You know, it's growing steadily, and so we wanted to make sure that we did a couple of things. First off, we wanted endgame content for them, right? That's what this is all about, is making sure that we have that really
hopefully there's a cool new clan system
content for folks who like to play with their friends. The other thing is that we know that we could let this spread out into more segments of the game. And so the Party Fighter was originally a discussion that we had for how to support the Dark Citadel, but it is now benefiting all the other activities in our game as well. So for those of you who experience, you're seeing the early stages of us really expanding, getting people together in the content that is the best inside of the game. And so it's really exciting. But it does boil down to that communication, and that marker system is something that can be both used in the Citadel as well as outside of the Citadel.
Yeah.
And I think that that's going to be really valuable for accessibility for a lot of folks out there.
Yep, most definitely. All right, now on to rewards.
Now we'll talk rewards. Sorry.
Ooh, okay.
Absolutely. So you're actually chasing a weekly reward that resets on the Tuesday or the day of the week that we set. So really, that's going to drop a massive ancestral loot drop each time you pop that open, which only happens when you complete all 3 dungeons. You're going to want to chase that thing. That is a huge, important drop for a week. But beyond that, there's lots of rewards for repeated runs. The Citadel coins are going to allow you to purchase all of these consumables, and you can maximize the number of coins you get per run by killing treasury monsters and playing on higher difficulties.
The only thing that seems like it's really good is like the Scroll of Restoration.
And
the rest is just like small stats.
Rewards these consumables really make it easier and more fun to play with groups and parties. But it also allows purchase of the Scroll of Restoration. So if you want to like just chase down and buy scrolls, this is a great place to get.
Okay, so there is a reason to do this for sure.
Slide for production right
there. We're doing this live, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, that's actually really cool to see. And again, the Scroll of Restoration being a reward in Dark Citadel, and like what we talked about earlier, you actually do get 2 guaranteed ones in the season journey, and at the same time, those are something that you can find all around the world. But Dark Citadel is like also just like that guaranteed way of being able to get it as well. So there's a lot of different variety of rewards. But it goes beyond what we just showed right there. There's actually some really, really cool stuff as well that I know Jason wants to show off us.
Absolutely. I would love to end up on just the way everyone can show off their ability to just play this
there's going to be special cosmetics.
Levels. So we're going to show you our premier gear. There's actually 2 levels of gear that you can get from playing the Dark Citadel. There's the normal level gear, which
jade or
you'll
something?
get from Torments 1 through 3, and it's pretty accessible. But what you're seeing right now is our premier content, which comes from only completions in Torment 4.
Which is all that matters. Well, it looks like
I hope this is as exciting
predator mask.
to get as I'm excited to give it to you. So I'll see you in the Citadel, and thank you for letting me show this off.
Okay, that was kind of cool.
Thank you so much, Jason.
Oh, there's a mount.
Go back to the mount. Go back to the mount. I know you were probably like, oh, we got to scroll through everything. Okay, there we go. Got it. The mount is sick. See. Scroll through. There we go.
We're live.
Okay, yeah, the mount is sick. That's something that I think a lot of people are going to be.
Yeah, I think that is good to have some sort of content that like
Jason,
only
thank
get
you
it
so
from
much
the
for
hardest
walking us through
content,
that.
so you can share it with
really
everyone.
excited for it. And
Let
what's
them
cool
know
is,
that you've
like,
done
as
it.
Jason mentioned, Dark Citadel itself, like, you can do it with a group of 4. You can even attempt to go for 2 people if you're really
Duos.
skilled. You have
I want to try
option of
that.
being
I want
able
to try
do
to
it.
duo.
The Party Finder feature now being part of the game now. You can actually access Party Finder, find other people that may want to jump into Dark Citadel and group up with them. And of course, we have the additional communication tools with all the different pings that you can end up using and markers that you can end up using to help kind of guide that whole entire group there. So lots of cool stuff coming with Dark Citadel, really cool endgame content that's coming to Vessel of Hatred, and we can't wait to see people jump into it.
Okay, cool.
Can't wait to jump into it
I think
myself.
that's probably going to wrap things
But
up.
of course,
That's going to do
we
Q&A.
have one last topic that we do
Oh,
want to
hold
talk
on. Let's
about
see
with
what this
Vessel
is
of
real quick.
Hatred, and that is our Mercenaries feature. That is
Okay.
something
You know, I'm going
that
to
we
save
did
this for a
announce
different
during-
video. But anyways, what do you guys think of the Citadel? Do you guys like it? I think it looks kind of cool. And there's something to go ahead and shoot for, which is obviously going to be the cosmetics. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how difficult are the raids going to be. But we're dropping gameplay of it very, very soon.